everyone. I hope you're doing well and I hope that you have a magnificent day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, guidance, and messages the universe wants to share with us. And a big message that's coming in is that the world needs your voice. The world needs your light. The world needs your gifts, your skills, your insights, your experiences. The world just straight up needs you. And if you've been experiencing anything like me or my best friend or some of the few people that I've been talking to, it doesn't really feel like it, because for a lot of us, we're facing rejection and, people are pointing fingers at us, they're lashing out at us, all these things, but it's just like the world needs us because we are bringing what the world is lacking right now. Because society, it's all topsy-turvy and it's prioritizing all these things that it basically are the opposite of what we actually need. But yeah, let's take a look at the cards and see what other messages the universe wants us to know. Okay, I just wanted to bring this up because one of Avril Lavigne's songs popped in my head and started playing, the song Losing Grip, where it says, I'm starting to trip, I'm losing my grip, and I'm in this thing alone, and how it goes into crying out loud. And it feels like a lot of us feel this way right now. Like, we're just so alone, and we're just like getting all tripped up, and it's like, where do we even go? But the universe is coming in to say, it's like, you don't need to do or be anything other than yourself. Like, yes, the world may be chaotic and messy and turbulent right now. Yes, there may be all sorts of conflict and drama, but you're doing just fine just being yourself. And that can be a hard thing to believe, but yeah, the first card, Unicorn Portal. Whoa. That was bright. Focus your light. Okay, so maybe that was the universe saying, hey, you have the light inside of you, because that was very, very bright. But yeah, Unicorn Portal, focus your light, listen for a message, because the universe is constantly trying to communicate with us. It's constantly, giving us guidance, protecting us, nurturing us, supporting us. It never leaves us alone. It has our back, but we can only hear the message if we're willing to listen. And it can be hard when we're all caught up in our human emotions and all these human situations and experiences and circumstances, because honestly, I've been there too. Like, I've been struggling. I ended up talking with my best friend a little bit, and I ended up meeting with her mom because her mom wanted to talk for a bit. And it's just like, I just keep hearing from all these people. It's just like, what's going on with the world? Everyone's losing it. They're going off the deep end. They're like acting crazy and being super emotional, and they're being nasty and cruel, and like they're people losing their grip on reality and still think that, like, even though they're in delusion and denial and deception and all that, they believe that that's reality. And so, like, it's a lot right now. It is, but the universe is saying, if you focus your light, if you focus on you, who you truly are, the core of your essence, your energy, your frequency, and you listen for the messages, you're going to be okay. You will receive the guidance you need. You're going to be able to navigate just fine. It may not always be easy. There'll be the twists and the turns, the hiccups, the rocky roads, the obstacles, but you're going to make it out okay. You're going to make it out okay. And sometimes the best thing we can do is just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Yeah. Well, look for the signs, pay attention, expect an answer. If you are not expecting an answer, or if you're not even asking and listening, it's like, how are you going to get it? And one thing that I was discussing with my best friend's mom was like, so often we can get so caught up in what we're dealing with and the problem that we get these like blinders on, and that we can't see possible solutions, or we can't hear the messages, the signs, the insights coming in. And like, we need to expect good things, expect an answer, expect things will work out. It was like what she was telling me. She went to the doctor this morning and she was freaking out because she didn't think she had the money to pay for it. And like, she started like pulling out all the things, and I guess it was the receptionist, because I wasn't there with her, but she's like, oh, we can use this card. And she's like, wait, really? And they're like, yeah. It was like a flex card, she said. Not quite sure what that is, but she was so convinced at the start that she wasn't going to have the money to pay for her food for the rest of this week because she had to pay to go to the doctor. And she's like, that's the thing. She's like, it felt like the angels and were looking out for me. It's like, yeah, they're always around us, helping us. And like, they can provide solutions like that where we're so certain, oh, I won't be able to eat for the rest of the week. I won't have this. I won't have that. It's like, magic and miracles can happen. Like, the universe will help us out. It will guide us. It will protect us. It will bless us. It will work magic and miracles on our behalf. But we have to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. We have to look for the signs. We have to pay attention. We have to expect an answer that the universe will help us. Because if we're so certain that, it's a foregone conclusion, like if she was so certain, like without a shred of doubt, not believing in angels, the divine, God, source creator, whatever you want to label it as, to be there to help, it's just like she wouldn't have gotten the solution. Because even though she was so certain she wouldn't have the money for the food, she still believes that there's a higher power out there helping us. So that's the thing, like, you will be provided for. It may not come in the way you think, because like, she didn't expect that card to help. She told me she had never used it before and didn't even know she had never used it before and didn't even know what it was for. And so she's like, yeah, unexpected solutions can come about. Funny that I was saying that. Creative solutions, like, that's the thing. The universe will use creative solutions. So don't get so caught up in your human mind, because there are infinite possibilities, infinite solutions. The universe can work magic and miracles on our behalf. It can move mountains. Think outside of the box. View things from a higher perspective. Don't get so caught up in the limited human perspective. Yes, you're human, so allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to have the human experience, allow yourself to, go about, and don't judge yourself or shame yourself or belittle yourself for having human emotions or having a rough time, but try to see it from the viewpoint of God, source, creator, the universe, the divine, whatever you want to label it as. The angels, Jesus, literally whatever helps you see other solutions and possibilities, use it that way. Like, they're all labels. Like, one thing like I wanted to say is, like, words are great and people can use them to work whatever works for them, because what was the saying goes, if with Shakespeare, like, a rose by any other name would be smell just as sweet. Like, it's not so much the word, the label that matters. It's the energy. It's the core essence of it. It's what it actually is, So don't get too caught up in words and all that, but try to view it from a higher perspective. Try to see other solutions, or just be open. Just be open and be like, hey, I don't know how I'm going to make this work. I don't know, like, I'm struggling. I need help. I need support. I need guidance. Help strengthen my faith. Help me see the solution. Give me the insight. Give me the eyes to see, the ears to hear. Because they will come in. Just like it happened with my best friend's mom. So know that there are creative solutions. Even ones you would never think of on your own. That wouldn't even cross your radar. It can work out for you. And that's sometimes things that I need to work on as well. Because I'm just as human as all of you. And I can get caught up in that, because in terms of like finances and whatnot, like my family, I've been programmed and conditioned with a lot of lack, and I'm working on it, but it was always, we don't have money for that. Money doesn't grow on trees. I'm not made of money. And like, if we were to ever get anything as kids, like, it had to be on super duper sale, super duper clearance. Like, it was this like local store that would sometimes do these sections of clearance. It was like 70 to 90% off or something like that. And like, that's when we could maybe get something. Or, and like, there always had to be coupons. And it's like, I'm not saying that it's bad to be a savvy shopper and get the best deal. But that kind of mindset, it just like, it had me thinking that I couldn't spend money on myself, that I didn't deserve it, because like my family would never do it on me. Heck, if I had, sensory sensitivities and didn't like a certain food, they told me to suck it up and deal with it, or just like peel stuff off. It'll be the same. Like with cheese pizza, like they never wanted to get me a cheese pizza. They're like, we want pepperoni, so just take it off. It's the same thing. And like, it's a whole thing that I've been working on and healing and processing, and I have come very far from where I started, but at the same time, when I think like, oh, I might be over the hurdle, I might be over the hill now, it's like, I look back, it's like, no, I still have that. I'm working on it, but it's like, I still have that, because I'll look around and be like, okay, how do I find the resources to help the most people, to create this peaceful sanctuary for me so I can have my own space and I'm not around all these toxic, draining energies all the time? Because my family aren't the worst people, but as I was explaining to my best friend's mom, because she's like, well, are they potentially like narcissistic? And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I'm not someone who can officially diagnose. I don't have those credentials, but they just seem very unconscious from how they go about life, and they have poor emotional regulation, and they just are more like about the victim mindset and pointing fingers at everybody else, and how that, so it's a whole thing. But yeah, so I've been trying to think of creative solutions. I've been trying to set up passive income things. I have recently set up this shop because the platform that I have my one website, Creativity Chronicles, on, it doesn't allow you to set up a shop. I don't know why, and I don't do that well with code, so I've been fighting with this for a while, and I finally got that set up so, people can come and, get my art and whatnot. And so it's like, I'm trying to, have creative solutions, like, how else can I do this? Because just with everything going on, I'm pretty tired. It's a lot to deal with other people. Like, earlier today, I was running around with the boys because the cleaners were at their house, and so they couldn't be at the house. And so, like, I was taking them from place to place to place, and the one boy happens to be autistic, and so he was done within, like, 10, 20 minutes of each time we went somewhere, and then he'd have me go to a whole other side of the area, and so it's just, like, it was a lot of running around, and then he'd be done, and so, like, just trying to do the best I can, because I know that I'm lucky to have this job, but at the same time, it doesn't it doesn't help me get enough on its own to pay to be out on my own. So it's like trying to find ways, And yeah, divine potential, fulfill your destiny, be all you can be. Like, I know that if I keep falling back on old patterns and cycles of my family, and if I don't, basically break these generational curses and mindsets and limiting beliefs and all that, like, I'm not going to be living my full potential. I'm going to keep playing small. I'm not going to have enough to, like, make it out on my own, and I won't fulfill my divine potential if I'm here the whole time, because it's very hard. My family doesn't want to listen. Like, I'll try to point things out to them, and they lash out, so it's just like, I know that I'm meant for other things. I don't know the exact timing. I know the universe has a master plan, but it can be hard. I'm there with you guys, and the universe is helping us reach our divine potential, to fulfill our destiny, to be all we can be. But sometimes we gotta get out of our own way and take off the blinders, because we can have them unintentionally. Sort of like what was happening with my best friend's mom, about how she was so certain that she wouldn't have enough to pay for food for the rest of the week because of the doctor's appointment. It's like, if there's a will, there's a way. The universe will make it work out for us. It'll help us reach our divine potential. It's just gonna be tricky, being ourselves, because we feel like, oh, if I'm who I am, and like, people aren't gonna like me, I'm not gonna be able to find the right job, this and there's like, the universe is like, no, we got you covered. You will find a place where you can be your whole self, and you'll have the job, you'll have the friends, the family, all these things. Some people may need to fall by the wayside, but you will be able to reach your divine potential. you know? Okay, Amazonite, loosen your grip. That makes me think about at the beginning of this reading when the Avril Lavigne song came in, loosening my grip. She's like, sometimes we need to loosen our grip on how we think things need to be. Like, I can't be my true self. I need to put on this persona, this charade, this mask in order to be accepted, or I need to have the traditional job in order to have an income and be able to support myself, or I need to make compromises so I can find that life partner, someone to share a life with, because people just aren't into that, or whatever it is. Like, loosen your grip. Like, I know that so many people will be like, I'm gonna attract my soulmate and they're gonna be like this and they're gonna be a millionaire and they're gonna have this, that, and the other, and it's just like, it may not come the exact way you envision it. Like, I know that I've talked to and heard other people talk about like their dream man or their dream girl, and like, oh, they have to be this tall and they have to have this color hair, these color eyes, this kind of job, this kind of background, and it's like, okay, that person could exist out there and be your actual dream partner, but you could also be limiting yourself from like potentially even better people, if that makes sense, because you have such a tight grip on what it has to look like. And I'm not saying you can't have your preferences, you can't have your likes and all of that, you can't have any plans or expectations, but we don't want to be so rigid, because the universe has a master plan. It has perfect divine timing. It knows all the components at play, and you may be, skirting the path to your divine potential to be all you can be, because you're like, no, it has to be like this, and you're trying to like control things, So we got to loosen our grip, and that also means that we have to loosen our grip on control and having to be okay all the time. Like, we have to have our act together. We have to have all the answers. Like, you don't have to. You're allowed to be human and all that you are. Like, your flaws also make you beautiful. It also makes you relatable, because, if you were putting on this act that you're a perfect person, some people might be drawn to that confidence, but more people are going to be drawn to the authentic person, the vulnerable person, the genuine person, the person being real, and saying, hey, I'm having a hard time today. Hey, I'm just like you guys. Like, I'm going the thick of it, and I'm doing the best I can to put one foot in front of the other. And right now, the best I can do is to, give myself some water and to make sure I eat and sleep and like I take a shower. Like, that's where I'm at, like, loosen your grip and don't worry so much about what other people are going to think, because the right people are going to find you. And if you're being so rigid on how you have to show up in this world, you're having like impossible standards and expectations for yourself. Yes, strive to be the best version you can be, but if you have to be perfect, like, perfect is an illusion. Like, perfection, it's an illusion. You can't achieve that. Like, we're constantly learning, growing, and improving. We are works in progress and also the masterpiece at the same time. So it's like, you are perfectly as like divine as you are, even in all your humanity and your flaws and your areas for growth. You have strength and you can make a difference in the world. You can shine your light. You can share your love, your kindness, your character, your experiences, and that's enough. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that. Golden healer quartz, open the door. So many people are running away from themselves right now. Like, I've seen that with so many people. They think they have to do it a certain way. They think that they can't have their emotions, that they have to lock them up, that they can't, sit with themselves and allow their inner child, their emotions, their past trauma, their woundings, past experiences, whatever it is. They can't sit with themselves and make space for it and allow it to be seen and heard, because they feel it's too uncomfortable, it's too messy, it's too much, like, they'll never be able to handle it. This on the other side. It's time to open the door to authenticity. It's time to open the door to new, to the uncomfortable, to the messy. Like, we don't have to have pristine lives. Life is messy. It's not like perfect as an illusion, like that keeps coming through. It's just like, yeah, strive to be the best you can. Yeah, strive to be a loving person that has, a kind, caring heart, is respectful, will show up for other people, but it's like, you're also human, so you don't have to be at 100% all the time. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, open the door to just be with yourself and allow the right people to find you. Sometimes it's going to be lonely. Sometimes people are going to fall to the wayside, like, honestly. And you might be like, well, I need people around me. I can't handle being by myself. But it's just like, if you open the door to being by yourself, that can have the most potent, powerful change in your life. And it can just shift everything for the better. Like, I've just been sitting with myself lately. And I feel like it just shifts things inside of me, and the energy is released, and I feel lighter. It's certainly no easy feat. It gets very messy and uncomfortable and intense, and sometimes the waves of the emotion feel like they're going to take me under and drown me, but I just sit with it, and I come out on the other side. I weather these storms, and you can too. You can too. We have Chrysocola. Start fresh. Yeah. Start fresh as yourself. Turn the page. You don't have to live your old life. You don't have to live by the old ways. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to put on the charade. You don't have to, do it all on your own. You can start fresh and have the backing of the universe. You can start fresh and loosen your grip and allow things to flow, to co-create with the universe, and know that you don't have to have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You can start fresh, opening all these new doors, stepping out of the comfort zone to try new things, because even if it doesn't work out the way you intend, you still at least tried and you learned more. And you can potentially find all these untapped gifts within you that you never would have explored, because you're like, oh no, I gotta stay in the familiar, gotta stay in the known, gotta stay in the comfort zone. It's like, you'll never grow. You'll never step into your full divine potential if you're always staying in the comfort zone, always staying in the known. You build a wall around yourself. And starting fresh can be messy, but that doesn't mean it won't be worthwhile. Yeah, the universe is really driving this home. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Even our comfort zones, even though it says comfort zone, our comfort zones can be very uncomfortable and very unhealthy and actually stifling, and it can be holding us back and harming us, and it can be very not good. Like, I remember one of my old friends was talking to me about someone she knew who was out in New York, and how their comfort zone was to be a workaholic and to get like no sleep and to just constantly be throwing themselves into, whatever the job was. It might have been something like trading. I don't know. I didn't know this person, but it's just like, it's because they couldn't sit with themselves. They had past traumas. They had some, deep wounds within the family. And so it's just like, to avoid all that, they were throwing themselves in the work, and that was their comfort zone. But it's like, at the same time, it was very uncomfortable, because you could tell that they were miserable. You could tell that they weren't happy, that they were actually like slowly deteriorating themselves and killing themselves from the inside out. But that was the familiar, that was the known. They're like, no, this is good. I know what to do here. And it's like, okay, you can, come back to the comfort zone, but you can't stay within the comfort zone, because life is expansive. The universe is expansive, which means you are also expansive. You can't stay in the same little thing. And I feel like society overall used to work that way, where you could stay in the comfort zone, stay in the same career for years and years and years, stay in the same relationships that were dysfunctional, because you're just like, well, I'm not alone, and that's just the thing that's just the thing you do. But it's because people grew complacent and comfortable, because they're like, well, this is the known, this is the familiar, I can work with this. even if it wasn't actually satisfying, even if it was actually holding them back and it was harming them and it was actually uncomfortable. So the universe wants us to step out of our comfort zones, to start doing new, to start fresh, to loosen our grip, to tap into our divine potential, to look for signs, to, have creative solutions, because we don't have to do things the way they always were. Like, you can look at society and people be like, oh, that's just normal, that's just the way things are. But it's like, just because something's been normalized doesn't mean it's healthy, doesn't mean it's the best way we can do things, doesn't mean that's how it quote unquote should be, And when we step out of our comfort zones, we can expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Yeah, there's a big, powerful change coming in. Like, the old ways are crumbling. The old tactics and whatnot aren't working any longer, and that is working, like, it's riling people up, it's ruffling feathers, and they are struggling, and there's like, no, this is supposed to work, this is the known, this is the familiar, this is the comfort zone, it's supposed to work this way. And it's like, powerful change, like, things are shifting, it's not going to work the way it used to. You gotta be with the time, sort of, and be open to the flow, to embrace the change, to see how things are playing out now. It's not going to work out the way it used to anymore. We're in a whole new era. And yeah, even though it can be quite challenging right now, the universe wants you to know the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Like, the universe is working things out in our favor. Like, I have been in a very tough cycle. I have had lots of challenges, lots of struggle, lots of delays and betrayals and woundings and all of that. And so it's just like, it kind of just feels like it never ends. But for so many of us, we're getting to start fresh. We're turning the page to a whole new chapter of something we never even saw before. Like, there's so much potential, there's so much powerful change that we just, like, once we open this door, once we step out of the comfort zone, it's never going to be the same again, and we're going to be unlocking all this potential, all this prosperity, all these new opportunities. And so rest assured, it's going to work out for you. And if you hear any noise in the background, Suki found a straw. She loves playing with them, and she is just knocking it all over the house. She's having a blast. So yeah, and the universe is using Suki as a message, like, hey, make some time for fun, like, do things you enjoy, because you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Yeah, you are good enough. You are good enough. That's why the universe wants you to show up as you are. That's why the universe says it needs more of your light, more of your love, more of your skills, more of just you. And, okay, so the messaging coming in, I don't know if any of you have watched How to Train Your Dragon. I adore that movie. Like, I relate so much to Hiccup. But, if you've seen the movie, you know how at the beginning of the movie, Gobber was like, because Hiccup was frustrated because he didn't fit in, and he's just like, I just want to be like you guys, and and then Gobber's like, just stop being all this, and he's like, you just gestured to all of them. He's like, yes, that's it, stop being all of you. And by the end of it, I think it was Stoic, Hiccup's dad, who's like, turns out we just needed a little bit more of this, and Hiccup's like, you just gestured to all of me. And that's the thing, the universe just needs a little more of you. You are good enough. Even if other people can't see it yet, even if you have experienced hardship and delay and rejection and betrayal, like, I am there with you. The universe wants you to know you're good enough. If it didn't need you, you wouldn't be here. Like, the universe, there are no accidents or coincidences. The universe is very intentional with what it does. Even if, as humans, we don't see the rhyme and the reason, we can't see the master plan, we don't understand how it could be working things out for the highest good, how all these hurts, all these pains and struggles are actually working out to our benefit. Like, the universe wants you to know you're good enough. The universe just needs a little bit more of you. And yes, a gesture to all of you. All of you. And You are good enough. You are good enough. Okay, so we have turtle, pace over race, and that's the thing. The universe has its own master plan and divine timing, so it doesn't want you to rush. It doesn't want you to cut corners. It doesn't want you to try to skip ahead, and try to, like, not necessarily cheat your way, but you know how people can, like, cut corners and, like, with whatever is, like, projects or homeworks or whatever, they can, like, take the cliff notes and be like, yeah, that's good enough. It's like, no. The universe is very intentional. It's like, I need to make sure that you are set up for success, that you have everything you need, because you have so much divine potential in you. You are going to do so much good, whether that's, on a small scale or a large scale, like, whatever it is. Like, the universe is like, no. I have so many good things in store for you. I don't want it to fall through your fingers. I want you to be prepared. I want to fortify you. I want to, forge you in the fires so that you are strong, you are resilient, you can take the heat, and you will be able to weather the storms. And so the universe is saying, hey, it's not a race, it's not tortoise and the hare, like in the sense of, like, the fastest one gets the end goal. It's like, in this story of the tortoise and the hare ends up losing to the tortoise. So the universe is saying, hey, trust the pace. Don't rush. Don't, try to go so hard and do the hustle and the grinding. Because, yes, that's a way that you can make some things happen, but that's, like, getting it done on the human side. Like, that's the human efforting. And, like, you can make progress that way, but the universe has the divine pacing, the divine master plan, the divine, quote-unquote efforting, where it works magic and miracles and, like, no time flat. And so what other people can do in the matter of, like, years or decades even, it could do for you in the matter of, like, days, weeks, months. Like, it can do it like that. And so, yeah, it may feel like you're behind. I'm there with you, because I'm looking around at all these other people, and it just feels like they're so much farther than me. But the universe is saying, hey, pace over race. Pace yourself. You don't want to burn yourself out. Like, for me especially, it comes in and it's like, hey, you don't want to burn yourself out again. You've been there. You've experienced it. You still are dealing with a little bit of the aftermath. You don't need to do that again. Pace yourself. And it can be hard when you're just like, I feel it in my bones, in my heart, in my soul, that I'm meant for more than this, that it's, like, not matching up with the potential inside of me. Then she's like, hey, I'm working it out in divine timing. Trust, have faith. But, as humans, our emotions, they can be tricky. They can be quite tricky. But yeah, hedgehog protection, the universe is protecting you. Like, the delays, the rejections, like, that kind of stuff, when it's quote unquote not working out according to your plans, that's the universe protecting you. It's the universe protecting you. Like, I look back at that toxic group with the narcissist, and I can see now in hindsight how I was protected by getting ejected from that group when I did, because they probably would have drained me dry. Like, they very much did not treat me as a human being. They treated me like an energy supply, honestly, looking back. And I stumbled across a video recently, and it was talking about how those types of people, they don't actually miss you. They'll go, oh, I miss you, come back, like, I was thinking of you. But really, they miss having access to you. They miss having access to your energy, to your resources, what you can do for them. They don't miss you as a person. They don't miss you and, like, think of your well-being. They just miss all the things you used to do for them. And so in instances like that, the universe is very much protecting you. So even if, it can hurt and feel like it's the worst thing ever, because, like, I was crying a lot after all that drama and suffering and all the betrayal and all that with that group. But it's like, looking back, I'm like, yeah, I was protected. And so the universe is protecting you as well. And that's part of the whole pace this race thing, is also protecting you from failure, from having the things fall and slip between your fingers, because it wants to set you up for success. It knows all the big things that you're going to do. And yeah, monkey laughter. Like, the universe wants you to laugh more. It wants you to have more fun. It wants you to have more joy, more peace. And like, one of the things with me, like, I tend to laugh a lot, especially when things are unexpected. And the whole expression, you can laugh about it or you can cry about it, or if you're not laughing, you're crying, something like that. And it's like, yeah, like, I end up laughing over things for other people, be like, what the heck why are you laughing? Like, this is horrible. And it's like, if it's like, I could cry about it, but I'd rather laugh because laughter heals the soul. And I was also born in the year of the monkey, so there's that. But yeah, like, have more laughter in your life. Have more lightheartedness, more levity, because it will help you tap into those creative solutions. It'll open the door for you. It will help you start fresh and get out of your comfort zone because you'll be in, higher spirits. It's not always easy to stay, quote unquote, good vibes and high vibes, but you don't have to stay there. You're allowed to have lower moments. It's just about what you're focusing on and where your quote unquote base energy is. Like, if I look at, not trying to like compare myself as like better or worse than, but just like the contrast between my base energy and my family's, their energy is very, very low. Like, it's a lot of complaints, a lot of negativity, a lot of lashing out, anger, frustration, ranting, all of that. With me, it's not like I'm always up on cloud nine or anything, but it's like, I tend to laugh. I tend to have fun. I tend to, look for the bright side, the silver lining, things to be grateful for, to make things a little fun and silly. Like, I can turn things into games and like make jokes about things, and other people be like, what the heck? Like, it's not a laughing matter. It's like, I'm just trying to have a little more fun. Like, mind you, I can be serious about things. Like, I know there's a time and place, but like, it just feels like life's too short to take things so seriously and be miserable all the time. But I'm still human, and I do have those quote unquote darker or negative emotions, Okay. I have the ability to get through this, yeah. We can weather the storms. Doesn't mean we have to do it on our own. We can get help from other people in the universe. We don't have to do it all on our own. We don't have to have the weight of the world on our shoulders. We don't have to be like, nope, I'm a strong, independent person, man, woman, whatever you want to call it, use. And it's like, okay, you can be strong. You can be, more independent, but that doesn't mean you have to do it alone. That doesn't mean you can never have help. That if you have help, you're weak. That you're, unworthy. It's like, we all need help sometimes. But at the end of the day, you will make it through. You will weather the storm. The storm will pass and you'll get to brighter days. You will have that fresh start. You will have that new chapter. You'll be able to open the doors. Expect powerful change because it's coming. The point of life is balance, not perfection. Yeah. We don't need to be perfect. We don't need to chase after the illusion of perfection and be like, I have to be this way, and if I'm not good enough, and, if it's not playing out this exact way, the perfect way, then I gotta throw it all out. Like, no. Balance. Take care of yourself, rest, be productive, help out other people, but also fill up your own cup, make space for the positive and the negative emotions. Make space for yourself. Be in balance. Allow. Make space. Because you don't need to be perfect. And speaking, I think I briefly was talking about, comparison. It's like, comparison is a thief of joy. I will not compare myself to strangers. Like, and the thing is, a lot of times when you see it other people, you're seeing the outer appearance. You're not seeing all the things that happen on the inside. So they could very much be having, internal fires in their metaphorical houses, but you're not seeing it. You're just seeing the outer appearance. And like, I think I heard someone talking about it in a video one time, like this one house, like it looked all shabby on the outside, but on the inside it looked really good. And then there are other houses where it looks like amazing on the outside, but it's just trash on the inside. So it's like you don't know what's going on just by external appearances. So you don't need to compare yourself to strangers. Just focus on yourself. Focus on being in balance. Focus on filling up your cup and showing up the best way you can. You know, start working on yourself, learning, growing, improving, healing, doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, because you have all this divine potential. You don't need to compare yourself to other people. They have their own path to walk. They have their own gifts, their own challenges. You're both, you know, children of the divine, but you are different people. You don't have the same paths. You don't have the same needs. You don't have the same wants, the same, you know, gifts and life paths and stories. So you don't need to compare yourself to them, because it's just going to rob you of your peace and your joy. Okay, so we have Apple. Temptation will test you. It'll be the temptation of perfection, you know, trying to go chase after that mask, that illusion, trying to play it off like you have it all together when nobody does. Like, that's a big deception of modern society. People will like make you feel like you're behind because you don't quote unquote have it all together. You don't have it all figured out, but it's like nobody does. Nobody does. And there'd also be the temptation to fall back on old patterns, old habits, to stay in the comfort zone. And even if you slip up a little bit, that doesn't mean you're failing. Just keep moving forward. Don't stay in temptation, you know, falling back on the old ways, because you're being presented with all this opportunity to change. And so you can have bigger and better things. You can have a brighter future. But this, if you fall back into the old ways, the temptation is going to trip you up. Not that you can't have it, but it's going to potentially delay things longer, you know? Pale. Time to get out of a situation. Time to get out of the old ways. Time to get out of limiting beliefs. Time to get out of self-sabotage and negative narratives. Time to get out of your comfort zone. Time to get out of comparison to other people. Time to get out of pushing yourself to the breaking point, you know, grinding and hustling away to the point of burnout. Time to get out of rushing and cutting corners and not trusting the process. It's time to pace yourself. It's time to trust. It's time to have faith and to try new things. To have a life, start fresh with a life of balance. To open these doors. To look for the signs, because we will receive them. Yeah, hand. In need of help, assistance, and guidance, but look for the signs. Pay attention. Expect an answer. Listen for the message. It's coming. You will get the creative solutions. But you also, it's this expression of closed minds don't get fed. Like, if you're not speaking up, if you're not asking for help, if you're not extending your hand out to receive, it's going to be hard for you to receive it, you know? It's going to be hard for it to come in. It is going to work out for you. Don't worry. Camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. That's the thing. You will have the creative solutions. You will reach your divine potential. You will open new doors. You will start fresh. You will have all these things coming for you. The end of the tough cycle will come. You'll have the powerful change and recognize that you're good enough. You have everything you need to make it through, or the universe will provide it to you one way or the other. Yeah, candle. You will be shown the way. The universe isn't going to abandon you. It's not going to forsake you or forget you. It has your back. It's there with you every step of the way. It's here, willing to work magic and miracles on your behalf, to bless you beyond anything you can imagine. But you have to believe you're good enough, and you have to get out of your own way. You can't keep believing the lack, the limiting beliefs, the negative narrative. You can't just say, hidden away in your comfort zone. You have to actually go out and seek it, to look for the answers, to look for the signs, to listen, to loosen your grip and be like, it's going to be okay. I don't have to control everything. I don't have to say, hidden away and wall myself off, because good things are coming. Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes, yeah. You have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. You will find the answers that you seek. You will. It's going to come together for you. You will be shown the way. Yeah, Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspects of your life. Like, you will be shown the way. You are heading in the right direction. Stay the course. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep taking steps, no matter how small they are. Keep embracing who you are and showing the world your true colors. Be authentic, be real, be genuine, because that's what the universe needs right you. It needs a little bit more of this, as in all of you. Even if we're the quote-unquote hiccups of the world, like, they need us. Even if they don't recognize it yet, they need us. We can change the world for the better. We can start fresh. Like, going back to How to Train Your Dragons, like, literally the norm, what was normalized in their society on Berk, was to fight the dragons to the death, and it's resulted in all this fighting, destruction, chaos, wounds, scars, amputations, all that. And it never crossed their minds that there could be another way, until Hiccup came in and showed them that it was possible. It set them for a fresh start. It changed everything. It was a powerful change. It was the end to that tough cycle. It was Hiccup realizing he's good enough, and everyone else came around to it as well. Everyone came around to it, and yeah, it took a long time for Hiccup to reach that point. It was basically, his whole life of being the outcast, of quote-unquote not being good enough compared to normal Viking standards, but that's exactly what they needed. They needed Hiccup. They didn't need another Viking. They needed someone to shake things up and to see things in new ways, to have the creative solutions. Hiccup tapped into his divine potential. He became everything he could be. So you can too. I am sending you so much love. I'm wishing you the very best. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care. Let me know if you ever need someone to talk to or listen to. I'm here. And I'll see you next time. Bye.